Welcome back. Time now for the word on Wall Street. Top investors watching your money. Joining me now is Hennion and Walsh Asset Management President and Chief Investment Officer Kevin Mahn. Also with us is Michael Lee this morning. Good to see you. Thank you for joining the conversation.
Well. Thank you,
look at futures this morning. We're expecting a mixed opening for the broader averages this morning with the Dow down 74, but the Nasdaq up again, another 34 points higher. All three major indices ended higher yesterday. Big day with the Dow hitting another all-time high. Financials and energy stocks doing well. The Dow was up almost 600 points at 4 o'clock on Wall Street. The CEO of Nvidia, meanwhile, Jensen Huang, unveiling the next generation chip. It's the Vera Rubin superchip, the company's next major AI platform. Jensen Huang said that the demand for AI chips remains strong, with the Rubin data center processors on track for deployment in the second half of the year. Nvidia also unveiled its new AI tools for robotaxis and robotics, is targeting autonomous vehicles by 2027, expanding beyond data centers. But the company is also talking about strong interest from China for its H200 chips, while pushing to broaden AI adoption across industries. This stock down 9% since hitting a record this past October. That was when it was awfully close to $5 trillion in market value. Kevin, what's your take about chips and the AI trade in 26? You've said that 2026 is about following the money.
Yes.
Do you think that money is going to find a home continuing in AI?
Absolutely. When I say follow the money, I don't necessarily mean follow the flow of funds, but follow where all the billions of dollars of money is being spent. One place, AI infrastructure. According to the godfather of AI, Jensen Huang, he believes by the end of this decade there'll be between $3 and $4 trillion spent in AI infrastructure. That doesn't slow down in 2026. Aerospace and defense. Recent military activities remind us of the need to upgrade, modernize our own military capabilities. And we know that NATO has committed to spend 5% of their GDP on defense by 2035. So expect the defense contractors to benefit. How about power? The AI revolution stops without power solutions. And finally, my call for the year, small cap biotech. I think healthcare innovations come from small cap biotech. Large cap pharma is going to have to acquire those innovative healthcare solutions to plug their own revenue needs.
Well, now, you just talked about Jensen Huang talking about $3 to $4 trillion a year, I think, in AI,
by the end of the decade.
And by the end of the decade. And I asked him specifically about that. Are we going to see a return on investment?
Yes.
Because that was the reason that the stocks were trading down from the highs. Obviously, they've had an incredible year. But because people are wondering, where's all this going? Are we going to see an ROI on the heels of this trillions-plus investment?
And I'm sure Jensen told you have to be patient.
Yeah.
That ROI is likely not to be received for years down the road. But the bigger risk here is if you wait to make that investment because your competitors are going to pass you by. And it's hard to doubt the ambitions of Jensen Huang.
Yeah.
What did he announce yesterday? Partnerships on autonomous vehicles, robotics. 88% of his revenues 2 quarters ago came from their data center business. So they're not just about chips.
Yeah.
I believe the AI revolution is alive and well, but to benefit from the AI revolution, you need to build a diversified portfolio around the whole AI ecosystem.
I don't doubt. Well, here's the way he answered that question. Jensen Huang with us last year. Watch. Jensen, I want to get your take on all the money moving into the AI infrastructure build-out. How much are you expecting that to be, and will we see a return on investment in that money soon?
Artificial intelligence in the last year made some humongous breakthroughs. It is now effective, it's useful, it's generating really good results for users. It's impacting every single industry that we're observing. Everything from healthcare to, of course, enterprise computing, where we do work, and whether it's manufacturing, robotics, we're seeing breakthroughs in every industry. That platform shift is just beginning, and we're just seeing it so strong and accelerating because now fundamentally, finally, AI is delivering really great results. And it's the reason why we're seeing the fastest growing companies in the world.
And I don't doubt that, but how many chips do you need to sell to justify a $5 trillion market value?
Yeah, and I think that's why he's diversifying beyond just chips into data centers, into robotics, into autonomous vehicles.
And this brings me into energy as well, Michael, because you've got this boom and you've got President Trump saying all hands on deck in terms of all uses of energy. Look at Brent and crude this morning, because, of course, Venezuela has been the top story, and crude is at 58, 51. Not a lot of movement. Even though While Maduro was captured and jailed, oil stocks this morning, however, continuing this rally. Chevron, the only American company that is operating in Venezuela, it will have a huge leg up. Stock was up 6% yesterday. President Trump says the U.S. may reimburse oil companies for rebuilding Venezuela's aging oil infrastructure, saying that tapping Venezuela's vast reserves could get production up faster than expected and actually further pressure prices lower. Michael, you expecting that?
Yeah, well, look, I think this is, President Trump famously said, energy is about power, right? And so this capture of Maduro, it's not only the drug trafficking, but being able to control the natural resources or have them working in confluence with American interests. Okay, it's great for the U.S. and it's great for the global economy. It's great for Western civilization. What we need is, we don't need oil at $30 or $40 a barrel. We need it steady so people can make predictable investments. And that can't be steady at, say, $100 a barrel, where we are right now, between 50 and 70. If it could stay at this 60, right, it's a very good sweet spot for exploration and production, for capital investment, and for profits from the makers. You can't have it too low because then production falls off a cliff.
That's right.
But now,
the sweet spot is 65 to 85. Oil companies do not want to be investing hundreds of millions of dollars long term at a price of $58 a barrel. They're going to pull back. They are.
No, and you don't want OPEC. You don't want Russia. You don't want these other players in the world determining what the future of the U.S. is vis-a-vis the energy costs. And so energy being the key component that still remains to be solved in this AI build-out. I think you fast forward 5 years from now, you're not only going to have a lot more oil, natural gas, you're going to have a ton of nuclear and all sorts of other energy sources fueling in this. And so 5 years from now, we're the leader in robotics, we're the leader in artificial intelligence, we're the leader in manufacturing. The U.S. is going to be a manufacturing juggernaut, the likes that have never been seen, thanks to what President Trump has done his first year of administration.
So you're sticking with the AI trade. What else do you want to do in terms of 2026 allocating capital?
The financials, XLF hit an absolute all-time high. I particularly like the private equity firms, Blackstone and Apollo. Blackstone is a great entry point here. A lot of noise about the debt for these data centers along with this AI trade.
Oh, yeah.
And Apollo, but if all these deals are SOFR finance based and SOFR drops by 150 to 200 basis points over a short period of time, the multiples for all the portfolio companies go up, the valuations go up, the fees are higher, there's a lot more transactions happening. So it's going to be an unbelievable year economically. Maybe some bumps in the market, maybe not. I'm as bullish as can be.
Wow, and we'll be watching those small cap biotechs as well. Kevin, great to get your take. Thanks very much. We'll see you soon. Michael, you with us all morning. We appreciate that. Stay with us. We'll be right back.